Hey everybody! I feel quite weird crouching like this. It's taken an incredibly long time to convince this guy to come and help us do a makeup tutorial for guys. Finally, he's doing it. I know, I can't really believe it either.
It's the right time. Here's my feeling about that.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm wearing this weird shade of lipstick today, which I thought would look really nice, but it doesn't, unfortunately. We're not here to talk about my face, we're here to talk about his face and your face too if you happen to be a dude. A lot of men are afraid to wear makeup and like it looks really good. If you're trying to achieve like spooky goth guy look, it really helps achieve that. Makeup's not this really big scary world really. The basics, it's incredibly easy, so I'm just going to show you like the most simple stuff you can do that I think is the most effective, that you can't really go wrong with, that looks good on just about every guy. These are pretty popular, these contact lenses, so I'll stick a link in the description box below this video to where you can get them to start with. Oh, and if you were interested, smile. Oh, these are like what? They're the scarecrow fangs from vampbangs.com. Sexy.
I like to keep it sexy. 24/7, 365. That's who I am as a person.
These is going to be different depending on whether or not you've got facial hair or not. I mean, personally I've never had a beard, so I'm not that experienced, but I think I know what to do.
I'm moderately experienced with beard hair.
You had a beard, it did not see you.
It looked fantastic.
The first thing we put on is foundation, and a good thing to do is to find a foundation that suits your skin color, especially if your skin is like darker. You want to find one that really suits your skin color. And this is the one that we're using though. We're going to use white. This is my Alamasca skin base. It's kind of like one of the slightly more expensive ones, but I think it's really good. I think it's good to invest in a good foundation. Okay, so I always put foundation makeup on with a latex sponge. Not necessarily the best thing to do if you've got quite stubbly skin, because it can actually like...
Yeah, it gets shredded.
Yeah, it gets shredded.
And then you end up with like little bits of sponge fluff on your face.
Yeah. Apart from a latex sponge, I think the other thing that people usually just do to put on makeup is, like foundation, is to just rub it on with your hands. Would you say that you put...
I said I usually use my hands when I do my nose, just to get into all the kind of corners and crevices. Get a job.
I want to get one of those beauty blenders, because they're like this weird pointed pine cone shaped sponge. And they're designed to get into all the little crevices and stuff.
Yeah.
Go past the jaw. I'm just doing like, I like to do a dabbing motion rather than like a wipey motion, because it goes on easier and like a bit more smoothly, and it's a lot less likely to tear the sponge to pieces. Definitely easier to use your fingers over stubbly skin. Not rocket science, but just like practice is a thing. And be very careful not to get it on your eyebrow. That'll do.
And, you know, in my case, I'm all eyebrows.
Here's what I was going to suggest for facial hair, is to apply it with a brush. Now, I've only started trying to apply foundation with a brush fairly recently. You don't have to wear foundation, you don't have to if you don't want to, but it's
yes,
good.
You do.
You want to try pulling off the white face thing. What is a good thing to put on next after liquid foundation is to put some powder foundation on top just to set it. One thing that you can use is just like a translucent setting powder, which you can get from most pharmacies and most cosmetic shops and stuff. This is the one I like to use, and this is Laval pressed white powder. So yeah, you just take some onto like a little powder poof thingy. Powder also gets rid of like that shininess. Now like, so once you've got foundation on, really, as a guy, like you can put on lip color if you want, but like the main thing you want to do is your eyes. This is your best friend, just like a soft black kohl pencil. It's super useful and versatile, and I've just sharpened this one so it's really pointy, so I'll just nib the end off of there. I'm going to stab my poor man creature beast in the eye. It's the worst part, so we'll get that over first. This is not an essential step, but we're going to show you all the steps. There's lining the waterline.
Oh.
And look up. You just sort of pull this down slightly and gently both eyes with this black pencil. Oh, and a smudging stick is a good thing to have. I didn't bring a smudging stick. But if you don't have a smudging stick, like a finger will do. Smudge it, blend it. Blech. You don't need to be neat, and it looks a bit better if you make it messy, a little bit smudgy. Sorry for this really boring background. Like, usually we have some stuff in the background, but we're not at home at the moment. We're in a plain white room full of insane people. You can kind of like leave it at that, and you can just smudge the black pencil, and that is probably enough. Hey, like that can look alright on its own. We're going to Goth Stepfather and use some black eyeshadow as well. Eyeshadow goes on with like these things. Like it can go on with a brush, but these are a lot easier. They're just like these little sponge on stick things. Put a little bit on there. And a good thing to do is to tap off like the excess.
Yeah, you don't want to all over your face.
Yeah, because like it falls all over the face. Once again, you can like leave it there. You can leave it like that. We're going to go one more step further and apply. The packaging is extremely worn down, but this is my favorite liquid eyeliner. L'Oreal Blackbuster. See, this is nearly empty, but it looks like a Sharpie, so it's a really good one just because it's like drawing on with a felt pen. But you can get liquid eyeliners that come with like a little pot with a brush on the end. Or gel eyeliners, whatever, just, you know, try a few ones, find out what you like best and what sort of sits the best on your personal eyeballs. Just the same as where you put the pencil, but you can be a bit more creative with liquid eyeliner. So, open them up. I want to give it like a minute to dry, because if you just open your eyes straight away, you end up getting these like blobby black blobs there. I'm helping. It doesn't have to be perfect, because like I said, I personally think it looks better if it's a bit smudgy and, you know.
It's rugged and masculine.
Can't make it look like you've tried too hard.
Rugged masculine makeup.
That look that appears that you don't care, but really you've spent ages. I'm just going to do literally like a tiny little line on either side, so it makes like little wings. Ta-da!
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, wow, I really haven't known where to stand this whole time. It's still kind of awkward, like hovering around here. One thing you can do is, and it looks quite effective, but not that this guy really needs it because he's got such super cheekbones, to do like a tiny amount of contouring on your cheekbones. Like if you're going for the Death Rock look, like you need to have like really sharp cheekbones, because that's like part of that look. Find where your cheekbones are.
Oh, I
just do this. Yeah. And I'm just taking this brush and doing like a little tiny little, like, kind of slightly darker than your foundation powder, just for a little bit of that. Yeah, like that's it. Done. Oh wait, no, I'm not finished. I forgot about this.
Oh.
I forgot about this. I just looked at your eyelashes and it reminded me. This is a particularly good idea if you are a blonde gentleman, if you're fair, and particularly if you've got fair eyelashes. This is something a lot of men are afraid of. This is mascara. It's the stuff that like comes out on this funny little, this is called a spoolie, I think. It is for coating your eyelashes.
Yes, it is something I neither use nor understand.
I'll just show you how to do this, just very quickly, just like a small amount. This looks a bit funny, like there's something missing. If you've got blonde eyelashes poking out from underneath dark makeup. So particularly good if you have fair eyelashes. So yeah, like I've got white eyelashes personally, so I look really strange if I don't wear mascara. Yeah, you want to, you know, give us a bit of a close-up? No? I just feel like so bad because this background is so boring. It's just white. But yeah, if you've got any questions or anything you'd like to know, please just comment below and we will do our best to facilitate your needs. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. I make videos twice weekly. How often? Twice weekly. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, and say bye, Mr. L.
Bye, Mr. L.
See you next time. Bye.